If you're ready for your next step, if you're ready for the experience beyond what you're going through, this is the message you've needed to hear. This is the good news that you've been waiting to receive because there is light. There is something coming that's going to change your life, and it's so worth it. And we're going to talk about how to make it happen. My name is Henry Lawrence, and welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast. In this episode, we're going to break down the one thing that if you add to your life, everything will change. And make sure to listen all the way through because at the very end, we're going to take a deep, healing, meditative breath to help us align on this message so we can move forward throughout the day. Now, this word is a word I've been using a lot lately, and I hope you can really receive what this word means because for so long I didn't. For so long I heard this word and it just didn't make sense to me why that word correlated with anything that I wanted. The word is discipline. So when I think of discipline, I used to think about, either getting in trouble, like you're going to be disciplined, or just working hard at something. It didn't correlate to me that discipline is tuning. Discipline is tuning. You see, you are a receptor, you're an antenna, and you are experiencing life through this antenna. Your being is here experiencing this. And you can adjust that antenna to different frequencies to experience different things. Because your frequently is what you frequently see, and what you frequently see is what you're going to experience. That is life. If you go into something and you're down and you're feeling beat up and you're feeling low, your experience of that will be the reflection of those energies in that moment. And so once you go through it, that's going to be to your takeaway. But if you're going in there high, elevated, full of oneself, elevated in the sense of you've been doing the work, you're breaking down the barriers, and you are seeing the positive alignment in life. If you go into it with that mindset, you're going to take away something different. In fact, what I want you to do right now is leave a comment. Like, let's talk. Leave a comment. What energy are you looking for in life? What would you like to see in everything? If you want to see positive energy, type positive. If you want to see love, type love. If you want to see abundance, type abundance. Like, let's find this in the world. And the reason why this is good news, the reason why this is something that you need to hear, is it's within your control. So I'm working on getting back in shape. I'm going to get in the best shape. I have this idea in my mind, this vision that my 40s and 50s are going to be the best years of my life. Every mistake, every setback, everything that I've done that was wrong, that was incorrect, that was a loss, everything, and the good has led up to this moment where I have these next few years to align, tune in, and create a story for the next 20 that you'll read about, that I will put in a book and people will read it and it will inspire them. This moment is for us to rise. This moment is for us to step into what the universe knows we were always meant to be. And yes, it requires reflection. It requires shedding the old, but discipline is how you get there. You have to put into your mind that discipline is the same as turning the knob on a radio. That I guess shows my age, but turning the knob on a radio to what station you want to hear. You know that if you listen to 100.1, that might be a country station. But 100.2 might be rock and roll. But those numbers are so close. You see, that's what we're saying. Well, I'm so close. Your discipline isn't aligned. You're not dialed in enough to truly make the difference. And that's why it's such a gift. Because you can be disciplined. You don't have to be anything special. You don't have to know a certain thing. You don't have to have a certain leg up in life. You don't. You can be disciplined at any moment, at any time, in any place. That's the gift. In fact, when you go on a health journey or you go into things, there's things that aid in that. And they're not good, they're not bad. They're just things that can aid and help you reach your goal. And so I was talking with one of my friends because I've worked in fitness for a long time and they were saying, hey, if you do this, it will help you. You can try this. And I said, I would love to. But the thing that I need beyond the result, the thing that I need beyond the six pack, the thing that I need beyond the physical body that I desire is the discipline required to get it. You see, the growth for me is in the tuning. The elevation in me is in the tuning. And I know over the next 6 months when I lock this in and I become a version of myself that has never walked the earth, the discipline, the tuning that I will learn during that phase, I can apply to anything in my life. Body weight or health has been one of the biggest struggles for mine because it would be a crux. It would be what I went to when I was feeling struggle, when I was feeling lost, when I was feeling stressed, whatever. I would turn to food. I would turn to these behaviors that diminished my tempo, that diminished my energy. So I don't need the shortcut. Not that the shortcut is good or bad. I need the discipline it takes to achieve the result. So whatever you want to do in life, wherever you need to become, discipline is your way to do it. Discipline is not a bad thing. Discipline is not a good thing. Discipline is just an action in adherence to the frequency in which you wish to be. The more you're able to do that through adversity, the stronger you realize you are. I didn't say the stronger you become, I said the stronger you realize you are. You see, when you go through something and you do something difficult, you do something monumental, when you do stuff like that, it's not that you're becoming stronger. Your awareness of your strength is increasing. You already are everything that you already need. It's already within you. Every single thing that you need is already within you. So when you work out and you become stronger, you're just being aware of your strength. When you do something and you have more patience, you have more love, it's already within you. Your capacity to love, to forgive, to have patience is infinite. So you're not going to get stronger in those things. Your awareness of them is going to increase because you're going to tune your frequency to you're listening to that station more. It becomes more part of your life. When you do this, when you use discipline to tune yourself into a frequency, everything that you experience, everything that you go through, you will take the height of your frequency out of it. That's why this discipline is so important, and that's why it's such a gift. It is not a punishment to have to be disciplined to become something. It is the gift. It seems like a punishment because you forgot that you are something worth working towards. You are worth growing. You are worth expansion. You are worth everything that's possible for you, and that's what we get lost in. We think that life should be easy because we forget how strong we are. Life is easy when you're disciplined. It's not easy in the sense of work. It's easy in the sense of ease. When you're in your flow state with discipline to what it is you wish to become, the reality starts to change. The dimensions start to disappear. When you're truly doing something that you love, something that is truly a part of you, something that you were meant to be, when you're doing that, time disappears. The dimensions, length, width, height start to disappear. And you become in the zone. You've ever been in that moment where nothing else existed except what you were doing? That's because your heightened energy, your heightened frequency is stepping out of this reality. That's what discipline gives you. Do you not realize that it doesn't have to be just a pleasure thing that gets you there? It can be anything that gets you there. Could you imagine the version of you that no matter what you're doing could reach that high, could reach that energy, could reach that love? Could you imagine what that would be like? That would be so powerful. That would be so transformative. That is what you're meant to be. That is who you're supposed to be, is that version that can do it. That can do it all. You are not up against time. You are not up against a wall. You are not up against a challenge. You are up against your belief in you, and that is it. You are up against the limited belief of you, and that is it. There is nothing that can prevent you other than the lack within ourselves. So this discipline, which is the gift, will get you everywhere you go. And I suggest starting with your health. This body, this life is the gift. I don't care where you're at, how painful it is, how troublesome it is. It is the gift. And one day, one moment, you will know this. The awareness will come. And it might be when you're no longer on this earth, but the awareness will come that every single day here was a gift. Even the most painful days, I promise you, there's somebody that wishes they had the chance to have it. Right? If you're on death's door and you don't have any time left, I promise you, there's still somebody that wishes they have it. So if somebody can wish for whatever your experience is, and I know you're thinking there's some really bad ones. There's people that go through some terrible, terrible things that are awful. And you can go to those extremes if you need to justify your reasoning for not there being purpose in every single moment. But that's because you're still limited in this idea that this earth, this life is the gift, is the prize, is the desire. It is not. So let's pick something to be disciplined in, not to achieve the result, but to learn the love for the action. Right? When you start eating in alignment, at first it's difficult. At first you're hungry. At first you're seeing everything that you no longer can have and you're craving it all. That's what happens at first. But after a while, when you don't bend, when you don't break and you start doing things, yes, you're going to see results. All of a sudden the clothes start fitting a little bit looser. You know, your arms, your body starts getting a little bit tighter. You start feeling a little bit good about yourself. But all of a sudden you see a separation, right? Because you're going to slowly start elevating and you're going to see, and this isn't to diminish the people that aren't doing it, but you're going to see the people that are still living in the frequency that you used to be in. And you'll start to become aware that your discipline has taken you to a new level of awareness. a new level of understanding, a new level of appreciation for life. And so you'll see these people and you'll feel a resistance to it. You'll feel a resistance to the habits they have, to the actions that they're taking, even though you used to do it yourself. You will start to see and feel that resistance, and that means you're on the right path. That means growth is happening for you. That means you've elevated. Now, we don't push those people down. We don't judge them. We don't talk to them in a way of like, hey, you should be doing this. You should be this. Da, 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 da. We don't do that. We're the water. If somebody wants to grow, they can drink from us, but we don't oppose them. We don't push them down. We don't do anything that. We are the example because we were once them. We lead people up. We don't put the pressure down. This Earth School is doing enough of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a deep breath. And when you breathe in, I want to know what energy you want. I want to know what you want to shift into. I'm shifting into this life. When I'm telling you this life that I'm shifting into is going to be beautiful, it's going to be wonderful, it's going to be perfectly aligned. It's going to be so perfectly aligned that I'm going to have to cut out 99%. What that means is something that's 99% right for me cannot be when I'm going to 100%. This isn't 100% perfection. It's 100% alignment, right? If something's 99%, it doesn't mean it's good or bad. There's things that are really close to alignment with you that are good and then they're bad. But I'm stepping into an era where it's 100% alignment in all things. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be just this enlightened life, but it will 100% be earned. So if you want to be a part of it, pick your energy right now. Love, joy, happiness, or go deeper. I'm going to breathe in the name. I'm putting the respect back in my name. So I'm going to say Henry Lawrence as I breathe in, but Henry Lawrence means love, means joy, means abundance, means multi-fucking millionaire, means seven-figure daddy, means all of those things. You pick yours. So as I breathe in, I'm going to say my name, Henry Lawrence, Henry Lawrence, Henry Lawrence. As I hold my breath, I'm going to visualize the version of me that won the discipline. 3 years from now, at 40, being in the most disciplined position I've ever been in, where everything about me is that. There's a saying that your weakness is their way out. If I'm here to influence you, and there's many of you, my weaknesses are always your way out, so I can't have any. There's no pleasure in that. There's fulfillment in alignment. So I'm going to visualize myself like that, and as I exhale, I'm going to let the worry, the doubt, the lack leave me. Are you ready? Let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. This is all happening for us. It's time to receive, baby. And there's work to be done. Absolutely. But I know the man that I'm going to be tomorrow, the next day, a week from now, in August, which special things come in August, I can feel it. The man that I am going to be will be worth every ounce of discipline, not just for myself, but for anybody that's in my life. And that feels good. That feels powerful. That feels like something worth fighting for. And I hope that there's a vision of yourself that's just as strong, that's going to be in that alignment and be there too. We've got work to do. We've got lives to change. We are the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a different perspective on whatever it is that you're going through. I don't know why, but this just popped in my head. I'm not perfect. I don't have all the answers. I don't have it all figured out. But I know what I know. And I know a positive mindset. And now we're putting it into action. I don't want you to miss this. I want you to be a part of this growth because, as I've said, a year from now, I'm going to be speaking a language that doesn't make sense to those that don't grow. So don't miss out. Join the free community, The Shift. There's a link down below. Click that link, join in, be active, be big, be a brick in the foundation. It's completely free for you. The only expectation is that you put in, that you pour in, that you grow and then share that growth so we can all uplift ourselves together. And if you want more, if you're listening to these podcasts, you're like, you know what? I need to dive in. I need to connect. It's time for us. Click the link down below. It's in the same thing in the episode description. Click that link, get on my schedule, and let's have that heart to heart. Let's have that conversation. It's with me. There's no one else. There's no assistant. There's no third party. It's with me and me alone. Let's make the connection, make the shift, and become who you were always meant to be. Well, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.